is like your reward after doing your homework?
I do reward.
Hi everyone, we're back. So on a previous episode of Zula Reacts, we were talking about toxic friendships, and you guys seem to like that a lot.
So as you can see, we're in a different setup today, and beside us are two cute tiny guests because they'll be the one who'll be giving advice to your friendship dilemmas.
Yay! Let's give a warm welcome to Lerin
And Asa!
Ooh, please introduce your name and age.
My name is Lery and I'm 9 years old. My name is Asa and I'm 8 years old.
Today is a very exciting and special episode because it's the first time we have not just guests but such adorable guests who I'm sure will give us a lot of unique perspectives.
Yeah, I never really talked to kids before in this level, so I'm really quite excited what kind of advice they will give to our stories for today.
So how about we share about what friendship means to us? Larry, you want to start us off?
Okay, so to me, friendship is a very simple but complex thing. Like these people that I trust my life with, they are there during happy times, but also they are there when I need someone or somebody to rely on during my tough times lah. Yeah.
Do you guys have any besties that you know you can rely on?
I have a trusted bestie. She's very nice to me. She gave me this thing from bookshop.
Aww.
Okay, how about you, Asa? What friendship means to you?
Liking the same fruit, also having fun with each other and not bullying each other.
These answers are very raw and innocent, you know what I mean? I think growing up, this is us, you know. But then when you grow up, you experience things, we evolve I would say.
So on Zula Reacts, we have a rating system whereby we will choose one emoji and use that to rate all our stories from 1 to 5. So what is an emoji that you guys like a lot?
Happy smiley face.
Something
Okay.
that she's wearing also.
Yes, it's fated. 1 smiley face if it's, that's not a nice friend. Then 5 means, okay, that's
Okay.
what a good friend should do. Alright, the first story is called How Do You Approach a Friend When They Are Seemingly Ignoring You? Let's make the person telling the story person A. Person A says, my friend, person B, has gone completely distant from me with no explanation. And I understand that they have busy lives and I'm not obligated to get a reply, but it has been making me feel anxious and weird. I know people are going to tell me that person B might just be busy, but they're still active on social media and they still send me pictures on a different app, but they just don't respond to my message. No argument has happened recently, by the way. And person B does not live close to me, so texting is our main form of communication. So, should I, number 1, straight up ask person B what's going on? Number 2, simply don't reply to person B anymore the next time they message me? Or number 3, simply cut off the friendship? Larry, have you ever encountered such a situation?
I have. But then what I did actually is I based on these questions that the OP is asking. First, I'll just straight up and ask what's going on. And then if they answer me, and if the answer is reasonable, then I'm okay. Okay, let's get back to the friendship. But with the fact that they won't do it again. Okay, but if after talking to them and still nothing happens, I'm just gonna cut off the friendship and move on. Because I feel I or everybody deserves better friends lah. Yeah.
Let's ask our panel of experts. What do you guys think? Would you prefer to ask them what happened, or are you okay to just be okay, if you don't want to be friends, that's fine?
I think the second one you mentioned, don't reply anymore. Because he never replied me for a long time. And he's not a good friend, that's why I don't want to be a good friend with a bad friend. I will ask them what's happening.
But then they do it again. They never reply you for very long again. What will you do?
Then just cut off the friendship.
Okay, shall we rate this story?
Yes.
Okay, 3, 2, 1,
Why?
2. Okay, why 2?
They never message for quite a long time.
Right.
Even after they They just have a little discussion. Why?
How about you? Why you?
Because when I message the person just ignore and never even look at the message, which is very rude.
Ready for story number 2? So for story number 2 is entitled How Do I Connect with People Offline? I feel like I can't relate to people. My interests are different from theirs. TV shows, games, academic interests, past experiences, etc. When I talk to them about my interests, it's like they are waiting their turn to talk after I'm done. This has caused me to shut in a bit more than I want to. And usually I just find my online friends to talk to instead of people in real life. How can I change this?
I think to give it an example, let's say, okay, I really like K-pop, Korean pop music. I don't know many of my friends in real life who also like it. They tend to like, let's say, like Taylor Swift, Sabrina Carpenter. And it makes me feel very sad because I want to have friends that I can chat with about K-pop stuff. So when I have friends on Instagram that I met through fellow K-pop fans, then they share my excitement. So I feel happier talking to them and they relate. But how can I still have conversations with my friends in real life? Should we talk about other topics? Or should I try and introduce them to K-pop also? Like make them watch the music video with me?
I would like stop talking to online people because sometimes they may be scammers.
It is so true because as much as it feels good to find people who share the same interests as you and you feel like, oh, okay, in real life I don't have friends, but when I go online, wow, this person have the same hobbies as me. But it's important to remember that we never know who is on the other side of the screen.
So it's always better to connect with people in real life, right?
Like can maybe talk to siblings, but if don't have siblings, just ask parents.
Yeah. 3, 2, 1.
Three.
He or she just needs to be more understanding on the other side, because I feel like maybe the friend has their own reasons as well. I also understand like talking to people is another skill set that you need to have in life.
So just now we talk about strangers online and social media. So just curious, do you guys have your own digital devices for like games, for example, or contacting your parents maybe?
I use it to play games and contact my parents. Yeah, and then they set a limit. I don't want to say.
I thought you have a smartwatch. So what do you use it for?
For contacting my parents.
But do your parents like set time limit for you when you're using your iPad?
Yes.
Or how long in one day?
Like maximum 1 hour.
1 hour. Okay, so it's like your reward after doing your homework.
I no reward.
I remember having my first phone when I was in primary 6.
Oh.
During our time, we used phone entirely to communicate with our like parents or friends. Yeah. What about you? You're older than me, right?
How can you point that out? Oh my god, unnecessary. I used to like games a lot, and before I got my first phone in secondary 1, I actually, don't judge, I would ask to borrow my dad's phone so I can play Snake, and that would be my reward.
Okay, wow,
Yeah,
nice.
so it's all about balance, because if we play too much also, we will just sit there and play for hours, I think.
Oh my god. Now thinking of reward, I remember my reward already. Not screen time. It's my actual time that I can go out and play with my friends physically. Yeah.
Moving on to our last story for the day is titled Friendship Ending Closure. If you get the cold shoulder from someone you felt was a good friend to you for over 7 years, to the point where you took the hint and stopped trying to be her friend, how do you move on without any closure? I feel like this was a situation where she distanced herself purposely because thanks to social media, you can see when people interact with others. Do I have the cringy conversation of, what did I do wrong to person B? Or do I just continue to leave her alone? I'm so hurt by her distancing herself and just letting it go. But it doesn't seem like an option because I've already been feeling this way for 1 year. Very long friendship, and once again, it feels like person B did not really say why or what did person A do wrong, but they decide to just end off the friendship.
Do you have a best friend in school right now?
He already left.
Oh, he already left. Okay, where did he go?
To Japan and then New York,
Oh.
and then Japan again.
Oh, so he left Singapore for good. So he migrated already. Is it? Okay. So like this best friend, right? When he left Singapore, did you feel sad?
Yeah.
Very sad. But did you guys manage to say goodbye to each other?
I asked my mother to message my best friend's mother for me.
Okay.
What's the longest friend you've had that you've known for very long?
I actually got one BFF already, but it's when I'm P3.
This story actually hits home because I have had pretty long friendships and they suddenly decide to cut me off. So I did reach out and say like, oh, what happened? If I did something wrong, I want to apologize. But if they don't wish to say their side, I cannot force them. So I just wish them well.
3, 2, 1.
1.
3. Because they keep on ignoring my message, and when I keep on asking if they still never ignore, they are a bad friend.
So that's all the stories for today. And I think other than it being about friendships, there's also like an online element, right?
Right. Speaking of online element, let's play a mini game of true or false, you know. And the topic will be online friendships and safety.
These are for you guys. So we will present some statements and then you will flash this. The green one will be if you think it's true, and then the red one if you think it's false.
Okay, so question number 1. True or false? You should always trust people you meet online. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. Why false?
Because you might be scammers.
Okay, and the correct answer is false. Okay, because some people lie about who they are online, and be careful and don't share too much personal information.
Have you heard of something called catfishing?
Oh, you haven't heard.
It's actually when someone pretends to be someone they're not online. So imagine if someone pretend that they're a superhero online, but in real life they're just a regular person, and then they go around tricking people. So a catfish is someone who pretends to be someone else on the internet using fake pictures or a made-up story. So every photo that they post online, they will say like, oh, I'm this person, but it's not. Maybe they stole it off Google Images and we will never know that. It's very important to always know who you're talking to online. Okay, number 2. You can have good friendships with people online. Is that...
He don't know.
Oh, that one
depends.
middle?
Yeah.
Then Lorraine, you say false?
False, okay.
The answer is partially true.
Can I ask why your answer is like depends?
Because some of them are real and some of them are fake.
Okay.
While it's true that we can still make friends, like just now we say like people with the same interests and hobbies as us, the internet can connect us to people who maybe live far away. But we should also pay attention to certain warning signs online. If someone asks you to do something that you're not comfortable with, such as sharing your personal photos or details, or even asking to meet up, then you should say no.
Question number 3. True or false? It's safe to tell an online friend your home address. Okay, excited lah. Never say 3, 2, 1, they raised already, okay? It's okay to talk about your hobbies, you know, your interests, you know, like I like to do this and that with one another, but never ever overshare your information, especially your full name, your address, even your school. Okay, just only share it to your parents.
If someone online makes you feel uncomfortable, you should block them. True or false? So, if someone is being mean or making you feel unsafe, stop interacting with them. And you can also report and block them online. And you can get help or advice from a trusted adult or your parent.
Okay, so far so good though. They already got like 4 answers out of 4 correct. What you post online can affect your future. Oh.
Like when I post something without thinking, in the future, I will regret what I posted.
Correct, because that is very true that whatever you share online stays forever. Oh my god, I think if
They
you
pass
ask...
with flying colours.
Yeah, it's like 5 out of 5. They got all the questions correctly.
I remember in school we learned about cyberbullying, which I think is very important because when you teach people what cyberbullying is and how not to accidentally commit it, it makes the whole online landscape more positive so
Yeah.
that we don't have to fear like, oh, okay, I can actually use the internet for good, like learning and staying connected with friends. I think things like food, traveling, and your pets,
Right.
they can showcase your personality, what brings you joy in life without oversharing about your identity or, let's say, your whereabouts, which is
Yes.
where it gets dangerous. I think Asa and Lorraine actually taught us a lot today. So things like trust and respect, not only are they the foundation of friendships, but even how we navigate.
I think one of the advice that I have for like people who actually are going through these like tough times with their friends is just like, I think if you feel that the friendship still can be saved, just hold on to it and try to work it out as much as you can. But it needs understanding both ways and it needs respect both ways lah. It cannot be just I say things and you never listen to another person. But then if you feel like it cannot be saved and it's better to just let go and move on to your life, then I think just listen to your gut feeling lah. You will heal in due time. Yeah. If you'd like to find out more about how you can better guide your kids in the digital age,
You can head down to the Digital for Life portal in the description box for more resources.
Be safe, smart, and kind, online and offline.
Thank you for watching this episode of Zula Reacts.
comment down below what other topics you would like us to discuss next.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Bye-bye! Bye! It's okay.